All right, welcome back to Greenbox Gaming plays Delta Green Impossible Landscapes. My name is Joe. I'm going to be your handler for this operation. I am joined by my good friends, who I would go so far as to say are a little more than adequate. Minorly better than, they're like a 5.2 out of 10. And that's great.
Don't give him anything.
That's a failing
Give
score.
him nothing.
Yeah. I'm joined by Brad playing Hank Ellis.
Hello.
I'm joined by Jean playing Benedict.
Hello.
I'm joined by Dace
There.
playing Benji.
Oh, what's up, Greenbox Gaming Nation?
What were we last chapter? Didn't we say something about calling them that they were going to be called acolytes or cultists or something? We still haven't found a good name for them. Anyway, we were actually talking about before we came back. We were talking about how horrifying the idea of caves are. With what happened at the end of last episode, with the cave-in. We were talking about how horrifying it was, and we talked about some people who, there's like some famous cases of people who like go down the caves and like get stuck and stuff, and that's awful. I don't know, like the idea that people do that stuff for fun is bizarre to me.
It's actually one of my hobbies, like reading about that particular fear, because it's one of my biggest fears. We were talking about Nutty Putty Cavern, which anybody out there that hasn't heard of that should definitely look it up. It's a horrifying read. It's about a guy that just got stuck in a cave in a really particular way, and there was no way that emergency rescuers could get him out. Like, I'm pretty sure they even tried breaking his bones to get him out, but he just died down there. And other good reading is cave diving. Lots of horrifying stories with cave diving.
Yeah. I've seen the videos of like people who do cave diving, and they bring cameras with them. They go down there and there'll be like the little signs with like skulls and crossbones, like, do not go this way. We don't know what's here. Your oxygen will not last. Like, it's just, I don't know. Like, do you guys have anything like that? Like, there are a lot of hobbies that people consider too dangerous to do. Do you guys have anything like that you like doing that other people would consider to be insane? Or are we just a really boring group?
I don't think I have anything I like, but too, Madison's like reading like some of the best documentaries I like. There's tons of like ice climbing documentaries, and for some reason I really like those. I don't know what it is. Like, there's several about people going up Everest, obviously, but then there's several other ones where it's like, I forgot the name of the one that I really like. And it's three guys, and it's literally like at some spots they put up, their tents where they're just hanging off the cliff, and they're sleeping in a tent that's just like hanging there. And then they'll go like, they can only make it like 20 yards in a day, and then they'll do the same thing up there. And it's like very contingent on what the weather is, so you have to make sure it's the right season. You don't think there's going to be a big storm coming through and all this stuff.
So it's like you're really, I think a lot of people consider it to be like, the weather and whether there's a blizzard coming through. It's like, it's a real act of God kind of things. You're really just sticking it to old God. And they're like, come at me. Come at me, God. Like,
Do it now.
Give me your best.
I have to look up that one because it's kind of crazy. And then, they try to stay in peak training, and it's three of them.
Ugh.
And one of the guys before that, like, he's also like a snowboarder, and he ends up like breaking his back basically, or some shit like that.
Oh, just
but he still wants to do. He still wants to do it, and then they're like, do we want to put our lives in his hands and blah blah blah. And up the mountain, he ends up having like a mild stroke halfway up it, but still like pushes through it, and like it's like crazy shit.
I don't think it should be popularized that you can push through a stroke. Like, I just think that's information the general public does not need access to.
Please, I have mild strokes every day, Joe. I'm having a mild stroke right now.
But no, I don't think I have any shit that I do that's.
I know. Well, like,
considered
Dace, you did some hang gliding. I think it's
Yeah. But I never like got to the point. I hope to someday, but I never got to the point where I took off like an actual mountain. I think the highest I ever got was when I hit an updraft, and all of a sudden I went from 30 feet off of a sand dune, to like 100 feet, just like shot up, and it was fucking awesome.
Yeah.
That's like some of the most fun I've ever had in my life.
And you see, and that kind of idea, that feeling, that's what gets you stuck in a cave. Like, you're chasing that thrill, and now you're stuck in a cave.
Yeah, totally.
Now you're on the side of a mountain with your back broken. It's
mid-stroke.
What about you, Jean? Like, do you?
Well, some people say that living in the most dangerous city in the world is problematic. But, you know, Johannesburg's fine. All good, bruh.
Is Jayberg the most dangerous city in the world?
It's one of them. I think there's like one or two others, but it's up there. It's definitely up there.
Yeah. Well, like Mogadishu's probably like one of the top ones, but then like but Jayberg is you're just like you're walking outside.
A lot of murder.
You're a lot of murder. You're like getting ready to go to your car. You're like, okay, all right. You're like getting yourself pumped up for you dash to your car so that you can go somewhere.
No, it's kind of like that.
Really?
There's a nighttime unspoken rule where people don't really stop at the traffic lights because it's just dangerous.
Carjacking.
So yeah. So you just keep rolling.
That's why he likes coming to visit us in Memphis, because it feels like home.
It's so cozy.
It's so nice.
That's not nice.
Someone tries to shake him down on the street. He's like, whoa, your technique's all wrong. Like,
yeah, well, there was one instance, not to get last week during the week, I was going to my car at lunchtime, and this guy behind, I'm on this side of the street, there's a girl on this side of the street, and this guy's like, excuse me, and I look behind, we both look behind, and then he doesn't say anything, we keep walking, and he's like, excuse me, sweetie, like cat calling her, and then she visibly starts walking faster. So I like stand there with my door open, like making sure she gets in her car, and he like follows her till she gets in her car, and then she gets in her car and drives off, and then he goes in front of my car and he's like, fuck you, like flipping me off.
Holy shit,
man! Yeah, because you what a cock block, Brad. Jeez.
Yeah, I guess so.
Oh my god. Yeah. Oh, you can't make those kind of jokes in public box.
I did. It's one of those things, like, Jean talked about like living in such a dangerous place. Memphis definitely has its problems too. It's like, my God, like I can't imagine, it's like, and then of course, if you're a woman in that situation, like it wasn't until like a few months ago, I was coming home from work and I had my window open. Like it was just cracked just a little bit, and I heard something. I was like, "What is that weird whistling sound?" And then I realized that there was a woman walking down the street with a guy behind her who's like old school, like whistling at her, like and like calling after her and stuff. And I had never seen it in person. And she was like walking, and I pulled over. I pulled over and just kind of stopped and like just kind of watched her like get. She was like I think it was like a Panera or something. She was like going into the building, and I just kind of like stopped and watched her, and then like he like gets there, or she gets inside, and he just kind of like turns around, starts walking off, just some jerk, and it's just like wow, like man, this shit really fucking happens, you don't see it a lot.
That reminds me of a conversation I had with my sister, who is a writer. I was trying to pick her brain about getting inside a female character's head. And one of the biggest takeaways I got was just constant fear.
Yeah.
Like that we don't experience it as males. Just and constant situational awareness, which, I don't know, John has that because of Joburg, but it's just different perspective. Yeah. Really happy to lighten the mood here.
Yeah, real good.
Games.
Right here at the beginning. Jeez.
Hard issue.
All right.
That's what you get for asking questions about danger.
You know where else it's hard to be a woman? When you're chained to a post in the desert being interrogated and then are shipped off to Delta Green. And that's exactly what happened last time.
That was
she tried to kill us first.
Fair. That's very fair. All right, last time.
It was self-defense. is what Brad screamed.
She had a robot midget killing machine.
Okay, she did have a murdering robot.
That is true.
Last time, the group basically handed Ophelia Sitri off to Delta Green. All of this after a long series of events that led them to Las Vegas, where they were assigned to a new mission. Discover the disposition of V-Cell, and discover if Ophelia was involved. You guys handed her off, and then decided that you wanted to go back to her home and investigate there. Unbeknownst to you, there were some rolls that were made that actually made things work out a little better for you, that you had some friendlies on the ground and you didn't have to figure it out all by yourself. And then you made, I think, our first successful law roll to further simplify your situation, which is what rolls are for. You guys descended into the hole. You had heard this apparently went to a place called the Whispering Labyrinth. As you began to go down, you prepared pretty well. You had some of your Delta Green friendlies watching out for you. You guys discovered that Hank and Benedict were a bit too large, just too big of guys to get down here. Benji made the rest of the way himself. Benji crawled down, saw some people, recognized one of them, and eventually recognized the other as Mark Rourke and this author who you guys had heard about before by the name of Emmeline Fitzroy, who is the author of a book that you guys found 20 years ago. I believe you found it in Michelle Van Fitz's apartment, I think. It's hard to remember exactly.
Yeah, think so.
But yeah. But that's all. And you guys eventually... But then Mark Rourke attacked the crack that Benji was speaking to him through, and the whole tunnel began to come down. You guys took a bunch of damage, but overall still got out pretty lucky. This was one of those character killer kind of situations. And you guys handled it pretty well. Benedict really put himself out there for Benji, which is pretty significant. Yeah. That being said, how many hit points does everybody have? Just curious,
4.
just asking for a friend. Ooh, 4. 4 out of
13.
Yeah.
Off to the hospital.
Benji's got 6 out of 11.
6 out of 11.
Hank has 11 out of 15.
Okay, Hank's the best out of them. Yeah, but Benedict really, really took a lot of damage for you for the purposes of that.
So that whole thing was kind of interesting to me because... So are we thinking that was like a night floor situation? Because normally every time we've gone into night floors, whatever we want to call this parallel universe type thing, there's like a visible barrier. There's like a mirror we went through, a doorway we went through, but this was just like an open tunnel that gradually descended into something otherworldly.
But there were also creepy
There's
little
a crack.
seeds. There
It was a crack.
probably the hellebore leaf, which...
I found the whole thing overtly sexual, frankly. A crack with seeds in it, yonic imagery with seeds.
Good use of yawning.
In a tunnel.
Good use of yawning.
Oh, thank you. Do I get points for that?
You get
Let's put that on the board.
Points.
Nobody said it was
juice.
Yannick. That's you thinking. That's your own imagination taking hold.
Bro, it's a tunnel. It's a birth canal. And we essentially got rebirthed.
All right, let's reel it in.
I don't know, man.
And also Mark attacked it with a pickaxe, which is generally how sex goes, right?
Just like that, in my experience.
One of these days I'm going to lose my virginity.
That one really got gone. That's what the internet says anyway. So you guys are all being pulled out of here. I'm going to go ahead and let you know that you guys are all pretty much scooped up. Like everything is a buzz. I mean, obviously there was a lot going on already at the situation. It's like 8 o'clock in the morning. But then part of the house shifts. There's this big sound, and then you guys are hauled out. And you're all covered in dust and coughing. Benedict is like roughed up. Benji, you didn't escape, unscathed either. You guys are pretty damaged. But here's the thing: you guys actually have access to a lot of very professional medical personnel right here. So I am going to go ahead and make this roll to determine kind of what the situation is as far as you guys being treated. I am going to make a roll for all of you, all at once.
Cool.
That's how we're going to
keep it simple. Do we need a role play with the nurse practitioners?
No,
sure?
No,
Okay.
It's fine. I really appreciate it. So
helpful.
let's make that roll real quick. Here we go. Got a 54. All right. I believe. Okay, yeah. So each of you is going to get some health back. Let's see what you get back. That is a 4. That's as much as you can possibly get back.
I'll take it.
So,
all right.
You guys are all hauled away. And you spend several hours in an emergency room. You're hauled away by EMTs. You get to a hospital. Hank and Benji, took the least, but you guys are kind of there standing around. They send Benedict off to get a bunch of x-rays and to get his head CT'd and all this stuff. You guys stand around for quite a long time until he's finally, cleared. Keeping in mind that you guys probably also want to get out of here as soon as possible because you're using all fake IDs.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Where's everyone at now? Where does that put you, health-wise?
8.
10 out of 11.
Okay.
Hank is fully healed.
Okay, cool.
Such a
So, yeah,
badass.
you
Hank,
guys...
you saved my life, man. You both saved my life.
Benedict, you saved my life.
No, you saved my life.
I didn't save shit.
Well, I know y'all would have done the same for me.
Of course.
I wonder if they got any Arby's in this hospital.
Luckily for you, there is an Arby's in the food court. Is there a food court in the hospital? There is. It's got Arby's. So it's your lucky day.
I don't know.
Lucky day.
I don't know if we have time. What time is it? Do we need to get to this encounter group?
It's called fast food for a reason,
Oh, fair enough.
That's true.
So quick aside. I actually had Arby's on the last trip there, and it was pretty solid.
Was it adequate? Was it as adequate as you hoped it would be?
More than adequate, actually. It was fucking good.
Okay.
Won't lie. Yeah.
I haven't had Arby's in a minute.
Yeah, I invited you to have Arby's, and you were like, "No, I'm not going to that hellhole."
So,
I did say that. Well, there's
you guys get out of the hospital. You manage to get released around, we're going to say 4 o'clock in the afternoon. You spend a good chunk of the day there. Hank, you're feeling pretty good. Benji, you feel like they passed you up pretty well. Benedict is still suffering. Benedict has had the worst
Been
luck.
through the ringer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So what now, guys? And at some point in time as well, it is possible for Benji to share with you guys what he learned about Emmeline Fitzroy, that he saw, that he is able to actually see who was in this tunnel. And because you guys have some kind of, personal space or some type of time where you're in these hospital rooms and no one's around. And during that time, Benji is able to kind of clue you in with what he saw.
Okay.
So, yeah. So what do you guys go? What's the plan then? You're still muted, Dace, by the way. Okay.
I think we should put together a list of books that need to be rustled up by our friends at Delta Green.
I could have swore you were going to say, and start a book club. And it just didn't seem like the right time or place.
Probably the opposite, yeah.
Okay, the opposite of book club, okay.
Yeah.
Well,
no,
actually,
I would say we should.
Something I think that actually would happen, though, when you guys get released, I'd say it's highly likely that when you guys get released, that Marcus is probably waiting for you out in the parking lot. That you go out to your van to get all loaded up, and Marcus is there waiting.
Marcus, it's good to see you, friend. We almost died.
Yeah, I fucking see that. You know, it's like maybe Benedict, like maybe your arm's not in a sling, but you know, like you're all bandaged up, you're banged up, and he looks at Hank too, and like, you know, Hank and Benji, even though they've gotten, you know, kind of fixed up, they're still, you know, maybe Hank has a black eye, you know, and Benji has that thing over his nose they put when you break your nose. You guys have obviously had a bad day, and you're all dusty and dirty.
Sorry, I was trying to fix something on my phone. So where are we? We want to go to this group. Is that the main objective now?
I think so. But we're just chatting to Marcus. He's at the hospital with us.
Okay.
Marcus, this is why we don't get off the phone angry with each other. Did you get a nap? Are you feeling better? I could have died, man.
Yeah. I'm glad you guys didn't die. Did you?
You know what I mean?
Were you able to contain the situation under that house?
Yes.
Okay.
I do believe it's as contained as it's ever gonna be.
All right. They said there was a cave in. Like, Jesus. But we're done there. I think we've squeezed out all of the program assets that we can on that particular project.
Completely agree. There is one more bit of business we would like to address while we're in Vegas before we go back to Boston.
You're gonna head back to Boston?
Eventually, I assume so. But
okay.
You seemed excited for that. Oddly excited.
I would love to get out of this arid hellscape. Yes.
Well, we've got a meeting. We have a meeting that you do not want to know about, that we need to attend.
Are you... Oh, I didn't know you were... I didn't know you struggled with that kind of thing. That's fine. Yeah.
That's,
you know, you do what
everybody
you gotta
does.
do. That's...
But we might need your backup if things go south.
I mean, I don't have a drinking problem. I don't think it's appropriate for me to come to something like that.
We'll get you a guest pass.
No. In all would you like to come with us?
No. No. Now he looks at you. He looks at all of you. No. No. Look what keeps happening to you. I'm gonna be frank. I don't want to stand in this parking lot with you longer than I have to.
Man's got a point.
Okay, remind me. This was a Facebook. Wait, Ophelia took a picture of the sign. We went to the spot where the sign was, and then there was this invite to, what was it called again?
The Encounter Group.
Correct. Yes.
And we have an address for where this is being held.
You were able to make a phone call and receive an address. Yes.
Okay.
What time does the meeting start?
10.
What time is it now?
Let's say, well, what I say? Like 4 p.m.?
Or
like it's in the afternoon.
Do we have anything else to do?
Have we slept?
Sleeping and resting could be a good idea.
Okay. I was going to suggest go get a tattoo, but I think sleeping is probably more responsible.
There's no better way. No better thing to do at the end of the day than go. I know we've been awake for over 24 hours. Let's go.
Porque no los dos.
Yeah, okay. So is that is that you guys' intent then? Do you kind of want to get some rest and then head to this group?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, you head back to... Where are you guys staying again?
MGM
That's
Grande.
The MGM. You guys head back to the MGM, and you were able to get some rest.
Those healing rests.
Healing rest. I'm going to say not a healing rest. I'm going to say that I'm going to allow you guys to get back some willpower, but I'm not going to allow you to heal physically. It's been not long enough.
Oh shit, we might as well have gotten tats.
We should have definitely gotten tattoos in this time. All right, so to that end, well, I don't know. I think you guys are probably fine. You're able to. I'm going to say that you're able to get enough rest so that you're not going to have any minuses. You're not going to have any disadvantages to your rolls. But I think most of your willpower
some
is
drugs
fine anyway.
as well.
Yeah,
Was that still a problem or not?
of course. Benji can take enough to help him relax. You know.
Just a couple of horse tranquilizers.
Aren't those technically LSD? Isn't that like people who take?
No idea.
Yeah, people who take horse tranquilizers aren't tranquilized. That's a funny thing about them. You guys, as you maybe you order some room service or something, you know, or maybe you just like, we'll say you order a pizza, you know, like you deliver it up to the room, and after a while, I'm trying to get something uploaded into frickin' Roll20, but naturally it's messing up. You guys order some food, and one of the things the guy comes up, he gives you your pizza, you give him a tip, and he walks away. And as you get in there, and you know, maybe Hank has gone to the door, and he comes back, and Hank, you have 2 pizza boxes, and as you kind of take them apart, you know, and set them side by side, you see there's a piece of paper sitting on top of one of the pizza boxes. I am going to drop it here. Give you guys access to it. I'll make it a little bigger. I'm gonna make it a little bigger.
What the? They know what the hell?
That's okay. That's an invite for the encounter group. No cost. Find the answer to
Neato.
life's questions in a no-judgment group environment. 7 to 9 p.m. on Tuesdays. St. Jude's Church, Dorchester. Masks provided. And then at the bottom right...
This has been sketched in there. It doesn't look like it's printed. The sign. Tireless heroes explore knowing infinite night grants comfort on moodlit endless seas.
Oh no! I don't want to.
We've seen that before.
I don't want to go. Nope. If you look at the first letters, this is his savvy little first lettering. The king comes.
Oh wow!
God, no.
Wow!
All right, you see this, and on the back, you turn it over, and you see an address for a local high school. And it is underlined, and it says 10 p.m. Though this one seems to suggest, the one that you were delivered into your room seems to suggest there's one back in Boston as well.
Wait, say that again. There's an encounter group.
Yeah.
In Boston.
Dorchester.
Dorchester is where you is the
sorry,
like the neighborhood.
Dorchester.
Yeah.
Mask provided.
What masks? This is pre-COVID.
Oh, I was thinking. That's what I was thinking.
You guys get there and they're like, "Do you have your vaccination card? If not, you don't have to wear a mask." But yeah, so this just kind of shows up. Didn't ask for it. Here it is.
Okay. This got more serious.
I'm
and
a little
Hank's
confused. The address is for the one in Las Vegas, right?
On the back of this sheet, there is, yes.
Okay, but on the front, St. Jude Church, Dorchester, there is actually. I know there's the Dorchester House in Boston.
Yes, the Dorchester House is like a neighborhood or like a region.
Okay. I'm tracking.
Boston, where you guys? Yes, my bad. That wasn't clear. So yeah.
Thanks for that, Joe.
Let's go party with some ghosts.
Looks like they're waiting for you.
We're back on the main quest, guys. We've done with the side quest.
Jeez. It's a long side quest.
All right. You guys rest around, and eventually you think you have to leave. You leave around 9:30, you can get there. And you do so.
All right. Can we load up?
All right. Well, hold on. What is the plan here? Like, do we know what we're... Hold up! This seems kind of serious. So what is our role? What are we going to say when we get here? How do we find out about them? Who are we?
So you're wanting cover stories?
How did they find out where we were staying?
All good questions.
I don't have the answer to any of that.
At this point, we just kind of gloss over this kind of scariness and move on to the more scary scariness.
I mean, we should pretend to be like fellow enthusiasts, right? And just try to insert ourselves in the group and see if we can just observe anything.
Do you think, I don't know, maybe they know about us already at this point, if they're inviting us in this way.
Are they keeping tabs on us? Or are we being tailed?
Obviously.
We still have those seeds.
The seeds aren't the problem. The bugs were the problem, what we thought originally, and we got rid of the bugs. We had been watched up until the point we were moved to Vegas, and then we made clear that we'd get rid of all the bugs, kill all our cell phones, so that whoever was tracking us when we were in Boston would not know that we moved to Las Vegas. And then we reconnected with Delta Green, presumably to get rid of any of these like situations where these people involved in the King in Yellow type situation were watching us. But I guess none of that worked. Is what I'm getting. I guess that's what I'm coming to.
Yeah, that might track. Maybe the bugs come from the seeds.
Are we still being bugged? How did they know about this?
You guys haven't seen any weird shit, have you?
You guys made me hand over all my bugs. I wanted to keep them. You wouldn't let me.
Are there any peanut bags in this room? We've already looked at the knife.
Alert.
Yeah, is there anything?
Alertness for peanuts.
I want to search. Yeah, what's going on with? Okay, this might be a little late.
Let's fucking do it. Search the room.
Fuck it.
Let's fucking throw this room apart. We're searching the room.
I want to search the room too. I do want to.
We're going crazy. We're searching the room.
What do we roll? Search. Obviously. Okay,
Success for Benedict.
Failure for... Oh no, 2 for Hank. 262.
And failure for Benji.
You guys don't find anything terribly interesting. Maybe it's not, like you pull up the mattress, you're like, that's a bit of a stain. Seems like too nice of a place for that. But beyond that, it's
Benji smashes open the phone.
You smash open the phone, it seems to have all the innards that a phone should have.
Benedict looks over, like, encouragingly. Like, what else can we smash? Love smashing phones.
Yeah.
So?
Okay.
The pizza's normal? Doesn't have any
Did we
ground up
the
seeds
pizza?
on it or anything?
Yeah, what kind of toppings are on this pizza?
Whatever you guys ordered.
At this point, this is a case study for how the
At
DM
least there's
breaks
no pineapple
the players.
on the penis.
We open the box and the pepperoni is arranged in the yellow sign.
All right, so we're thoroughly
All right, I know
freaked out,
originally...
but
All right, we
move on.
obviously got to investigate this, but we do need to have a plan. This seems like we're getting back in the thick of it, and I am all for bringing Marcus along with us. At least give him in the van outside or something. He needs to be on deck. We can't be calling him up and, I can see what I can do, blah, blah, blah. He needs to be on the site.
I like that. Ready with some firepower, maybe?
Maybe.
What if we call up Axel?
Ooh. What do we get him to come in there with us?
Axel?
Yes! We're doing this. We're doing
it. Okay, or at least have him. It would
Joe
not
is
be
shaking his head.
I would say that you guys, as Delta Green agents, know the idea of including civilians in this kind of stuff is probably not the best, especially when there seems to be some strange corrupting influence that seems to touch everything that looks at it.
Yeah, true. It would be.
I really want to see Axel, though.
We'll put our toys back in the box.
We should have Marcus in the jam van for sure.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable. But Joe, is there anything we can do to, I guess, figure out what we're getting ourselves into? Is there any research or any?
Yeah, let's do
scared. So we want to figure stuff out first.
Okay, you can do some searches for the encounter group. You do anything online, you don't really... Anything that you find seems to not have any real substance to it. It seems to be a lot of things kind of like this, like a place for adventurers into the unknown to discuss their, and stuff like that. But most of it doesn't. This is actually the first thing, this flyer that showed up in this pizza box, is the first thing you've seen with a real solid, come here, this time, this place.
Have I done an occult roll to see if I know anything or have ever heard anything about this particular group?
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you haven't.
Okay.
Right.
Well, I will do that. I should probably, play my character.
Oh, yeah.
Success, 15 under 90.
You just said you didn't. You don't know anything.
Well, he didn't do a roll.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay, so let's...
Maybe there's something I read in my...
I would say that in keeping with that when you guys are looking and this absence of stuff, and even how you had to call this number and receive kind of a location and stuff like that, these things are very in line with Benji, not necessarily of any specific cult, but of a very much like a secret organization kind of practice that's very insular. They make a lot. They might kind of vaguely recruit, but they don't ever put any details, so they can't be hammered down. This seems very part and parcel with a group of people who are trying to remain clandestine. That he's seen this maybe when he's tried to communicate or tried to integrate with these groups. This is something that seems about right.
I wonder if Marcus is being watched. He's the only other person that knew that we stayed here. All right. I think the best plan of action is to meet up with Marcus at his place. As much as I like the where we stand.
The MGM
Grand.
Be grand. We're gonna have to, sadly, turn in our keys.
Do we have time? It's already 9:30 and I haven't even put my foundation on.
God, you haven't even put your foundation on yet?
Okay, this is a good plan. Let's do it. We're getting Marcus. We're going to this thing with Marcus in the van as backup.
We're paying our bill.
Lots of guns.
Turning our keys to this spot. I think we should.
All right. Moving on forward. Going to Marcus's place.
Okay. Yeah.
Picking him up. Throwing him in the van.
You communicate with Marcus. Yeah. If you guys call Marcus, you're going to have to make some type of roll to convince him to come with you. All right?
Okay.
He's not going to do it willingly. He's not going to do it in and of himself. I'm going to need something from somebody.
He's going to get the full weight of all of our persuasion.
The full weight of all our persuasion. I'll do a persuade. I'm going to call him up. What'd they say in Pulp Fiction? I got some bad news. I'm in deep shit. I'm coming to your place. Oh fuck. 98 over 70.
He's
that
like,
didn't work.
He tells you, he's like, guys, like I'm kind of dealing with a lot of shit over here anyway. Like you guys could do this. Like you're just going to this meeting, just recon it, okay?
You're dealing with a lot of shit. What other shit you got going on besides this?
I'm getting a call. Gotta go. You hear the sounds of slot machines.
Don't do that.
And
Bastard.
okay.
Okay.
You guys show up to this high school. You're given the address, and you see a few signs that have been placed, like just like taped to like light poles and stuff that just have little arrows on them. That's all they have. It's just an arrow. And they seem to direct you to a kind of like toward the school gymnasium. And as you guys drive up, you see that there are a few other cars in the parking lot. You don't see anyone though. And as you kind of drive up, you see one of the side doors to the school kind of just ease open just a touch, as if to let you know, invitingly,
Fuck this.
this is the way.
It goes without saying, we've got our pistols on us, right?
Oh yeah, and the flashbang in my pocket.
Like concealed.
You can have it in the back of your pants. It's fine.
Fuck this
But we're
shit,
in-
man. I don't even
we're
like
in
Marcus
civilian?
right now.
You can have it keistered. It's fine.
We're in civilian clothes though, right?
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we gotta go plain clothes.
Yeah.
I can't really put a bulletproof vest underneath that, I guess.
Yeah.
Benji's got on a wife beater and a tweed blazer.
Hank's got, a long sleeve collar shirt on, cowboy boots, a cowboy hat, his tactical knife, his pistol. He's got 2 spare mags,
Strapped.
and he's got his, and he's got little the handcuff ties.
Okay.
Benedict
Benedict, is there
fumbles off
anything
a bowler
excessive
hat.
you'd like to? You've got a bowler hat. Okay.
A bowler hat. A classy fucking bowler hat.
Benji's gonna take a Sharpie and like draw the sign of the
Why
king
would
in
you do
yellow
that?
no,
on
don't.
his
Now,
arm.
why would
No,
you do
no,
that?
Benedict
Shit.
like scratches over it. Don't do that, you.
Like a tattoo to ingratiate himself with the crazies.
Oh my! Don't fucking do that shit.
What are you guys doing?
No, we're on it. This is what we're doing.
Okay.
Yep, that's what we're doing.
All right,
Okay, we're
you
gonna
guys
go into the meeting.
You guys go inside? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
You go inside. You go to the door that's slightly ajar. There's like double doors. You push open and you see there is a long, dark high school hallway. The walls are like grayish white. You see lockers, a freshly waxed and cleaned floor, very much after hours. And you see light spilling out of one door, which is kind of toward the gym. And you see standing there beside like a small like folding table is a figure who is wearing a long silvery robe. Standing there, you can't see the figure's arms. Their arms are down, kind of covered by this long robe, with a flat porcelain white mask, just standing there, completely stock still, as you open the door.
Hello. He
You
tips his
hear-
bowler hat.
Milady, you, as you enter, you.
Wait, can we not talk to him?
You
Or them?
can absolutely. Is that what you're
Oh,
saying?
yeah.
You're just like
Yes. Hello.
the
Hello
figure
there.
just kind of gives you like a gentle nod, and you see the figure moves, and you see hands come out from under the robe. They look to be like kind of like more like petite woman's hands with nail polish, and they move over to the table, and you see there's like a big cardboard box on the table, and they move over, And they reach into the box and remove another one of these long silvery robes and just kind of holds it out.
Do we need to bring
And
our
she'll
own
take it.
masks?
And you hear a feminine voice from behind. Masks are provided.
Why, thank you.
Well. Don't mind if I do.
Easy, Benji. I'm keeping my cowboy hat on.
You do you say that? Do you say that out loud?
Yes.
She says, I'm afraid you will have to wear what we provide.
Persuade.
Okay.
Persuasion to keep your cowboy hat on.
Success, 46 under 70.
That's gonna look so silly.
The figure assures you, we will keep your hat here. You may keep your other clothes, but you do need a mask and robes.
Well, let me clarify. I'm going to put the mask and robe on, but also keep the cowboy hat on.
I'm afraid not. I'll keep it
I'm
here.
just
on the
imagining
shelf.
this creepy cult and this one guy with a fucking cowboy hat, and everyone else is like, who is that guy?
It's like when you play a video game, but your character's all dressed wacky.
Yeah.
Like it's just like it's wearing.
I can practically see the smoke coming out of Joe's ears right now.
Fine.
All right, we go.
But I
we
want
go
to
ahead.
keep everything else on my person
Of course.
because I rolled a 46.
Of course.
I'll give you the cowboy hat, but everything else.
The 46 is fine.
Okay. Here's my fucking cowboy hat.
Go ahead.
Can we glean any more information, like human, anything about this person?
Well, I would say that as you're standing around and this person reaches and hands you these robes, and they all are long and flowing. They flow pretty much all the way to the ground. And then there is another box there that has like some like Russian-looking like Cyrillic writing along the side of it. And this person reaches in and grabs these 3 identical, and it becomes very clear very quick as they're handed to you that they're paper mache. They're light, and they're well made, and they look identical. Like whoever made them went to a great deal of trouble to make sure they are like completely undiscernible from each other. And she hands you the mask.
Now, is this writing Cyrillic looking or Cyrillic?
Do any of you speak
Is it
Cyrillic?
Tartesian?
One of you does have a Tartesian language
Ah.
skill. It is not Tartesian. It is indeed Cyrillic.
Okay. Got some Ruskies on our hands.
Is there anything off about, are there any, can we do an occult check on these? I don't want to be faced with
Were
the
you about
weird
to ask,
gas
is there
mask.
anything off about this situation?
Yes,
Is there anything
I know, but I get
odd?
very bad answers to that question.
You look at the mask, you can inspect them closely. Nothing seems amiss. They seem to be put together with your typical newspaper, and they still smell like, even maybe one of you kind of pictures up, and maybe it's just a tiny little bit moist still. Like, they seem to be fresh. They still have a pretty good smell of, like, what do you use? Paste or whatever? Yeah. So that's probably what you notice.
Right on.
Okay.
Benji throws a mask and a robe on, maybe a little bit too enthusiastically.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Benedict will do it. We gotta get in here.
What about Hank?
Guess he will.
As you guys are putting everything on and you're going, the figure then turns and starts heading into the big double doors of what you can tell is a gym. And as does, you see there's another small table there, like folding table there by the doors. And on it is another mask and some more clothes. These are a little different though. The mask is small, and it's like the mask of, you would go so far as to say, like a clown mask, with a white painted face and bright red painted lips. And you see that next, like beside it, seems to be like a weird, like kind of like a child size, like kind of like colorful onesie kind of thing. The figure you're following does not stop and leads them straight into the gym. And you notice that there by the door are these 3 big, they're kind of like jars. They're like these big glass containers that have little lids sitting off to the side of them, just kind of laying there as you go in. All those things seem odd. They seem out of place as you guys venture in. When you
anything
get
in the jar?
not that you can tell. They look completely empty.
Tip jars, classic cult
It's obvious collections jars.
Gotta get their funding from somewhere.
Benedict will put a tip in the jar, not for flavor.
Okay, you actually, okay, you do that. The figure stops briefly and looks down at the jar, and then just head back up and just continues to kind of walk into the gym. Pardon me.
All right.
You get into the middle of the gym, and the gym is completely dark, and though light is spilling out, well, I guess no, the gym is still lit. And in the middle, very middle of the gym, like around the circle of the basketball court, are a bunch of folding chairs. They're all set up there in a perfect circle. And sitting all around are what appears to be 7 other people, and there are 3 empty chairs, none of them beside each other. And the figure just makes the vaguest of motions towards the circle. You see that everyone else is also wearing silvery robes and identical masks. No one's making any. Every now and then, like as you come in, someone might make like a little shuffle. No one really seems to turn to look at you. You know, people are just sitting there quietly.
So these chairs are spread out.
Benji goes sit down in a chair.
The empty spaces, they're spread out in the circle.
Yeah, you guys aren't sitting next to each other.
Can I awkwardly go up to somebody next to an empty space and say, do you mind if we sit together?
You hear like kind of like a mumble, like just and the person stands up and moves.
Yes, I got good seats here, guys.
Okay.
All right.
Score.
Everyone sits down, and you see the person who'd kind of directed all of this, or directed you in, seems to be stay toward the front of the door. As you sit down, a distinct male voice speaks out somewhere in the group. You know, maybe they're to your right, maybe they're across from you. Speaks out, and you hear, "Say the things we cannot say elsewhere." Everyone in the group besides you responds with, "Truth leads us." Again, the speaker says, or no, a different speaker says, "Find ourselves and know ourselves." The group answers, "Truth makes us." And then yet another one, "Become rulers of our own lives." The group, "Truth frees us." And lastly, one more person, "Say what you will." There is a sound of a loud gong. You're not sure from where. It just all of a sudden definitely just going, and the lights go out. Pitch and utter blackness. It becomes very clear very quickly that people have gotten up, that the people have stood up and are moving around. What do you do?
Blend in.
God. Get up. Maybe lock arms.
With us? Okay.
Yeah, lock arms with y'all two, just so we don't get separated in the darkness.
Okay. Hank goes along with it.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, that's okay. everyone's moving around. People are, and you hear just kind of like every now and then you might hear someone bump into someone like, you know, and there's like, and people are moving around. They seem to be moving to different seats, and everyone's shuffling around. You end up in this position. Make me a luck roll. Somebody make me a luck roll. Let's see it.
58.
Unlucky.
Benji got a 4.
Oh, we all rolling?
And Benji technically went first.
Okay, was Benji the first?
He beat me to the punch.
Quick on the draw.
You managed to find a place. There are 2 empty chairs beside each other, but not 3. In the darkness, you're fumbling around. Everyone seems to have gone, shuffled around, and sat.
Well,
Benedict, get him a lap.
He'll do it. He'll do it.
If you sit in Benji's lap, the lights never come back on. I'm just gonna let you know right now.
We just get stuck.
You need to find a seat
forever.
You feel a hand on your shoulder, and you hear that feminine voice. Find a seat.
Okay. Before he goes, he's going to crack his mask. It's paper mache. He's going to crack his mask a bit and tell Benji, like, I've cracked my mask. And then go and find another seat.
So is Benji and Hank are sitting next to each other?
Yeah.
Okay. You sit down. About the time your ass hits the seat, the lights come back on, but this time the light is focused straight down on the circle of the group. Like there's a spotlight above, the rest of the gym being completely dark. Hank and Benji, everyone make alertness checks. Everyone make me alertness checks. Hank and Benji make regular ones. Benedict, make me a -20. Tell me what you get.
Okay.
Success for Benji, 13 under 29.
Success,
Joe?
Hank, 39 under 67.
Joe, did we need to update our stats after that rest?
Yes, you should have hit your button after your rest.
I'm quickly going to
reset
hit my
your stats,
button right
pardon
now
me.
because I'm going to get every little percentage that I need.
Is your alertness all the way at the bottom?
It's not great. Failure.
All right.
76.
You guys see Benedict. You guys know which one Benedict. Benedict, you are not sure who these other guys are. And looking around, it's like, this is bizarre. Like, you don't know who is who. It's quiet. It's really, really quiet. No one really moves. And it's quiet for almost too long where you guys are like, is something supposed to happen? Someone roll me a d20, please.
I think I'm done rolling.
Okay.
No.
I'll roll it.
Yeah, give me a d20.
19. So the monster has 19 tentacles.
19 tentacles into your body. All right. So, you hear someone like in the circle. Someone begins to speak up. Sounds like an older man. Once, I couldn't find where I lived. Not just my address, the street, the city. It's all gone. I couldn't even find my city. I wandered for a month. I think I went to Europe. I think it was Europe, and I met people there. They're such great, amazing people, and I found my way back. No harm done. No harm. Everything right where I left it. Right back where I left it. And there are just some kind of murmurings of approval at that. Yeah, just some snaps. Just some very trendy snaps. There are no snaps. Could I get another D20 roll, please?
Okay. No, another 19. Does it go again?
Give me another one. Give me another one.
Same thing.
What? Same guy.
He says
The
the same
same
thing
guy
again.
just says the thing.
He says the same thing.
Everyone's like, okay, well, yeah, he
Okay,
always does
buddy.
this.
All right, Paul.
15.
Okay. You hear a woman. They brought the kid in while I was attending, and I had a minute alone with him when the EMTs dropped him. He was bleeding out internally, and I tried my best. I opened him up, and there was nothing in there. No blood, no organs, nothing. But it's all right. It's when the nurses got there, everything was back where it should have been. But yeah, so it all worked out, and he died.
The fuck?
Can Benedict
I'll
stand
go.
up?
Is that what Benji says? I'll go.
I was in a place, but it wasn't really a place. And I had lost my bottle, but I met a nice dog. I felt the wind whip my whiskers like little moth kisses, and I knew I was lost, but yet I was found.
Okay.
Thank you.
Roll a d4.
Oh my god.
Okay. 3.
I would like Benji to regain 3 sanity.
What the hell? For spouting out the craziest shit possible, you gain sanity.
Oh, that's great.
Okay. But as you do that, it comes out, and you hear some murmurs of approval. And Benji, as it comes out, and Hank and Benedict, you're like, what the fuck is he doing? Like, kind of thing. And
No,
Benji,
Benedict
but
was
now
about to
does-
go.
Can I say something? Ask something.
go ahead.
But
Yeah.
now does Benedict know where Benji
Oh
is?
yeah,
You know where he is.
nice.
Okay.
All part of the plan.
Yeah,
You
okay.
hear-
If that was part of the plan, that's clever.
Smart.
You feel this incredible weight kind of lifted off your shoulders. Does that actually put you above your last breaking point?
No, it does not.
Okay. You feel this incredible weight lifted off your shoulders, like you have not felt in a long time. Like you feel an immense amount of relief. Let's see, because your power is 12. Your breaking point never got reset. Hold on. We need to do. I need to do some calculations here because I think you might have actually changed things up a little bit because it was 58. And then the breaking point should have dropped to. God, I don't want to do these.
That's what you got to do, guys. You just got to spout out crazy nonsense.
And you're fine.
I was about to
In this
get there.
game.
Was that actually something from your backstory?
Did you already add?
Was that
Did
just
you
something
already
you made
add
up?
the sanity to your sheet?
Sorry?
Did you already add your sanity to your sheet?
Yeah, I just added it back. It was 36, and now it's 39.
Okay.
I mean, I think he was just talking about the night floors and seeing Ham up there.
Right.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
about to go. I was about to go and do something about the shattered glass, but beat me to the punch.
Let's see.
Hey, we got time.
We got all
We got time
day.
to share.
Okay.
This
Yeah.
is a sanity healing circle right here.
So here's the thing.
Found the
Here's the thing about this. Your the breaking point before this one was 36. I don't know where things have gone wrong previously. Benji has now crossed back above 36. He's now at 39,
nice.
which means that we're going to
get
reset.
better?
I'm going to reset his breaking point to 36. And roll me a luck roll. Roll me a luck roll. Let's see what you got.
99.
Benji, your desire to record your blues album, kind of feel that well back up in you.
Holy shit.
It's a Christmas miracle.
God, I can hear the music again.
He just wrote the first lyrics.
And here's the thing too.
Your
your sleep disorder is now under control.
Whoa.
Wow, that's huge.
That's good.
I'm just gonna write suppressed out by it.
Nice.
Okay. That is huge.
Yeah, it is.
So, oh, that didn't work because we were both typing at the same time. Write suppressed by your sleep disorder.
Got it.
So yeah. Would anybody else like to share anything? Come on, it has to work every time, right?
Benedict ran out of steam.
I will say, give me another luck roll for Benji, please.
45.
Okay. One more person speaks up. Yeah, so I went in the house. I went in the apartment because it was all burning up. I went in there and my buddy, he took the first room. I took the next one. I broke down the door and the whole place was already torched. I mean, it was too late. I saw a door. It was a door that shouldn't have been there. Door that went to nowhere. I heard voices. They was crying out and the door was all barricaded. I tried to get it out. My buddy, he told me it was too late, pulled me out. No, they was in there. I know there was someone behind that door. Again, murmurings of approval. Quietly. About that time, the lights go off again, but this time no one moves. And you hear the sound of someone walking from across the gym, and the person who was there at the door. One by one, people begin to get up and leave, and eventually each of you will feel someone tap you on the shoulder. The briefest tap. If you hesitate, they say, "It's time to go." Do each of you get up when it's your turn?
We're going back out where we came from.
That's what it seems like people are doing. They're heading out.
Okay.
Yeah, Benji will.
Yeah, Hank will.
You get the feeling that you three are the last asked to leave. You three are finally given the little pat. You guys leave. The person wearing the robes who saw you and came in walks with you and kind of gestures back to the table for you to leave your robes and you to pick up your hat, naturally. And as you guys just pick up leave your stuff and leave?
I don't know yet. So we can't see these other people? They've left? Gone?
You just see some headlights turn and leave the parking lot as you guys. It seems like you guys were asked to leave last.
We didn't get to see anybody.
There is a person right here.
You see a big pile of robes.
I'll talk to the...
But the lady...
Yeah.
The lady that conducted the ceremony, she's still there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well...
I'm gonna misdirect her.
Time?
Yeah, I'm gonna misdirect her and say, "Oh, I'm really sorry. I think I sat on my mask," and he's gonna look at the other guys and kind of give them the nod. To pounce into action.
Oh,
of course.
okay. To naturally the predetermined signal to attack.
Like a well-oiled machine.
Well, yeah, I think it would be very.
Does Hank hesitate? Hank hesitates.
I need to know.
Well, I was. Here's what I'm gonna say. Excuse me, miss. We do have some things to talk to you about. Does Benedict or Benji, does it look like everyone's gone from the parking lot?
Benji peeks his head out the door.
No cars. Or your car. Just yours.
Yeah.
Yep, good to go. All clear.
Madam, do you know who we are?
You hear, meeting is next week. We can talk then.
I'm not sure we'll be around next week, miss.
Sure you can find a meeting.
Hank, are you sure you want to do this the nice way?
Well, we ought to give it a chance. You've seen our faces. I think it's only fair that we see yours, who we're talking to right now.
That's not what we're here for.
What are we here for?
Well,
to share.
Well, there's no sharing being done. Yeah, there's no sharing coming from you, I've noticed.
You just hear, you don't know that. You guys are just standing in this weird hallway.
Madam, if you know who we are, I think you know what has to be done if you're not going to cooperate.
I have no idea what you mean.
Hank.
Benji
Okay.
will quote a couple of stanzas from The King in Yellow to her.
You begin to, from memory, give you these as she slowly turns. She's like, we would really love to see you again.
She leaving?
No, she's not going to leave. I can tell you that right now.
Is she turning to leave?
if that...
She seems to just be standing here with you guys.
Why is it always women, Joe? Why's it always gotta be women?
Don't ask me. I'm not doing this. I would say,
Hank
as you
rips the
guys are
mask off
doing
her
this,
face.
as you guys are doing this, you see another set of headlights come across in the parking lot. And you see, and Benji, if you're still there by the door, you see the unmistakable pattern of a local police car.
We got police on the scene.
They have like their spotlight, and they're like looking at your van with their spotlight.
What? That van was good for 2 weeks.
It's also in the middle of a school parking lot in the middle of the night.
There.
We've got our FBI credentials on us, right?
Fuck all that. I'm gonna have to pull her mask off.
Yeah.
All right. You reach up and you grab her mask. You pull it off. What you see in front of you is a middle-aged white woman who has her hair pulled back into a tight bun behind her. And as soon as you pull this thing off, her entire demeanor changes. She's like, oh God, no, don't hurt me. And she like shrinks down and she like goes to like kind of like push you away, like as she's like trying to get away from you.
There's no one's gonna hurt you. And Hank takes off a phone and like takes a picture of her.
Okay.
Nice. We need to talk some more. Let's go out the back.
Oh
no. No, I no. I just need to put this stuff away, please. I don't want to go.
Who organizes these groups?
I don't know. I don't know. I just don't want to. Please don't make me go.
Make you go where? Where?
I just want to go home. Like, we just all go home. Like, let's just get out of here. What do you do, gentlemen? Let's go. You got yourself in this mess. Let's go.
All right, let's just tailor. Let's just leave and tailor. If we think she's important somehow, which I'm not entirely convinced that she is. This thread might end here, but...
Okay. Then we handle it and say, ma'am, sorry, this is a misunderstanding. We were under the impression this was something far more nefarious. We're sorry for disturbing you. Can we help you with these boxes? Trying to defuse the situation.
No, I'm just gonna leave them here. They'll get picked up.
Fair enough. Can we walk you to your car?
I'm parked around the block. I'll be fine. Thank you. And she just like is easing away from you and like beginning to stack the mask in the box, just keeping an eye on you as she goes.
Okay. Then
We're not
let's
gonna
try
be able
and
to tell her.
yeah, let's try and discreetly tell her.
Okay. How are you gonna do that?
Gonna pick up a mask so that we're nondescript.
You just take a mask out with you and just walk around with a
Yeah.
with a mask on.
What does the cop think about
The
that?
cops are like, wait a second. Yeah, you guys, if you guys exit, as soon as you exit, you hear, like, you see that there are two cops. One is like got his light looking in your car, and as soon as you open the doors, it makes the sound. One of the flashlights whips over your direction, and you can kind of see the silhouette.
Is there a problem?
Well, you see a silhouette of a cop. He's standing there with one hand holding his flashlight, the other kind of like resting on his gun. He's like, it's like, good evening, gentlemen. Weird place.
Son, you had anything to drink tonight?
There's a short pause and a bit of a chuckle. He's like, gentlemen, a bit of an odd place to leave your car. This yours?
Yep, FBI business.
What?
Name's Pemberton. Drake Pemberton.
I'm gonna need to see some ID. You guys work it through with the cops. You give them your IDs. They're like, okay, it's a bit weird. Oh, they take your names and whatnot, and they leave you to your business.
Have we lost the lady?
But it is the damnedest thing. She never seems to come out.
Mm-hmm.
As you go back, and if you go back to the school and attempt to open the door, you find it locked. You shine your light through. You see that the tables are still there, but all the robes and everything are missing. She seems to have absconded.
We have a picture of her. I'm gonna try to look through the criminal database to see if we can look her up later.
Yeah. That is probably a good place for us to go ahead and stop this one. You guys, there's always more encounter groups out there, guys. There's one back in Boston where you're heading. Just go and just share to get some stuff off your chest. Worked out fine for Benji. Worked out great for Benji. I'm sure if he tries it a second time, it'll work out great too. And I'm sure if you guys try it out, it'll work out great. It's gonna be a good time.
Nope.
I would love, after this is over, I would love to know the mechanics behind that. Like,
yeah,
what the fuck are all those luck rolls?
Yeah. What were those luck rolls, huh? All right.
Damn it, Joe. As always, more questions than answers.
More questions than answers, yes. Everyone watching, everyone listening, thank you for joining us. Please come check out our most of our kind of stuff is kind of centered on Reddit at r/greenboxgaming. There's links to our Twitter and all of our other socials and our Patreon. And that's kind of, we post all of the visuals for the podcast there so that those of you listening can see what we see. If you really enjoy what you're watching, if you'd like to help us, you'd like to buy us a cup of coffee, please consider coming over to Patreon. It's only $3 at patreon.com/greenboxgaming_. And you get the sessions a week early. And maybe, if you're a Patreon listener, something that happened during this episode might make a little more sense to you. But that's really neither here nor there. So,
What?
That being said, guys.
Must sign up after this.
Guys, thank you.
Like, I'm sold. If we can make more sense of this, if I can insert coin to make more sense of this shit.
Just pay to play, pay to win. Can we get some loot boxes?
Yeah, you guys got some
Microtransactions
loot
now.
boxes? Well, you know the premium loot boxes, they're a little better, but it's totally worth it. Yeah. But guys, thank you very much.
Yes, it was fun.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
No, it's good.
Everyone else, those of you watching, those of you listening, thank you very much for joining us. Join us next time. And I don't know, do you guys think that maybe there might be a trip back to Boston in your future?
Feeling that way.
Yeah.
Maybe.
We head back to
Or we
Boston.
just stay here forever, Joe. See what happens
Yeah,
if
or
we
just
just stay here
in Vegas.
forever.
If you stay in Vegas, something will happen. Don't worry about it. I got it.
I'm sure. The adventure comes to us.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much, everybody. We will catch you next time. And as always, stay safe. Stay sane. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Later.